Hey, Vile with Parallax Gaming, here to talk to you about changes to Affliction Warlocks in 7.2.5 for PvE. Affliction has come a long way from Legion launch and seems to be getting better and better with each and every patch, this one being no exception. On the surface, it might look as though we are getting a large nerf, but a 20% flat damage increase completely outweighs any of the nerfs that have happened. As of right now, my sims are showing 75 to 85k more damage on 5-minute single target raid encounters. My live fights on Mythic Crosses show around the same increase. The only thing that is getting nerfed this patch is our AoE and our burst on single target, but everything else is getting buffed. This is great progressing into Tomb Sagaris since the majority of Tomb consists of single target and cleave. But hey, enough of that. Let's get into the changes and how it will affect our spec. Let's start out with the 5 biggest changes to the spec. The biggest one being Malefic Grass damage bonus while draining soul was decreased from 70% to a measly 25%. This one's huge as Malefic Grass was pretty much what made Affliction Warlocks really powerful every single fight besides Botanist in the Nighthold. It gave us a hefty burst during Lust phase and great sustain if we were able to consistently drain soul. The problem with it being so powerful is that most Warlocks became turrets, rarely moving, and it makes sense when your damage depends very much on you sitting there draining soul. The nerf to this talent, along with the 20% increase to all damage, makes it more forgiving on your DPS when you are doing those, what are they called again? Oh yeah, mechanics. Well, I should be doing those. The second change is to Wrath of Consumption's damage increase going from 2% to 1%, making a 5% instead of 10% increase at max stacks. Going into Tomb, this nerf will not be as big of an impact as it would have been going into Nighthold, because Tomb Sagaris has very few adds in comparison. This nerf also affects Mythic Plus dungeons, but every raiding Affliction Warlock saw this nerf coming, so whatevers. And third and probably most exciting is Soul Effigy has been removed! Underused and clunky, Soul Effigy has been a dreaded talent by most Warlocks. I frankly didn't mind the ability, but I can see why people disliked it. Basically gave you an additional target for dot management, which cuts into your drained soul time. Death's Embrace is going to be the replacement, dealing 50% increased damage to targets under 35% health. I believe Death's Embrace is going to be a great talent for progression, as the last phase on most bosses are usually the hardest, and downing them faster during this phase simply means an easier time overall. Next is our AoE damage. Both Seed Corruption and Soul Flame are being nerfed by 20%. I believe this nerf was targeted especially after seeing numbers on fights like Scorpion, but it'll especially affect our use of Seed Corruption during Mythic Plus dungeons. This leads us up to our very last big change. Life Siphon and Phantom Singularity have switched places. This is a very interesting change as it makes both roles very versatile. These last 2 changes will give us options that weren't there in 7.2 and makes for some very engaging talent decisions rather than simply choosing what might do the best DPS in each row. Alright, on to our last 3 changes. They aren't too impactful to our class as a whole, but they are there to balance against a 20% damage increase. Writhe and Agony stacks went down from 20 to 15. This nerf will not impact this talent being the best cleave talent in its role. Contagion is nerfed from 18 to 15% damage increase. This nerf will not impact this talent being the best single target DPS in its row, although it'll put it closer to something along Empowered Light Tap, but it'll still do more damage, I believe. Haunt's damage is nerfed from 30% to 15%. Its cooldown is decreased from 30 seconds to 25 seconds. This overall nerf makes Haunt the worst talent in its row. Simply put, don't take this talent until they revamp it. Or, if you're bored and think you're cooler than every other Warlock or something, then just go for it. Alrighty, that pretty much wraps up the changes to 7.2.5 to Affliction Warlocks. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, like and subscribe. I am new to Parallax and will be uploading many more videos regarding Affliction Warlocks. My next video will be on talent choices and rotation. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see any other videos on Warlocks. I'll be glad to go over it. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time on Parallax Entertainment. Oh god, that was lame. If you like this video, go ahead and check out other videos made by the Parallax crew in the links below. Go ahead and click.